Boy, just be yourself. If people don't like you if you're being yourself, fuck them.
Big Los, and welcome to another episode of The Noize. If you haven't yet, go ahead and follow us on the big three, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter, at The Noize Podcast. And, of course, follow everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. And also, of course, subscribe to the YouTube channel, youtube.com/Beat Network. Back to the Classics has beat us to it. 2 episodes in already. Really good responses to what we're doing Back to the Classics. Just kind of give y'all a peek behind the curtain. We decided to release the 2-minute drill game, kind of like as its own promotional reference for Back to the Classics.
Like its own entity, almost.
Yeah, exactly. Like it's almost like it's its own entity. That's the best way to put it. Absolutely. And they're set up that whoever has the most losses in the month, which is looking like it's going to be Jay, has to do a hot wings challenge. So we don't know.
That's going to be interesting.
That's going to be real interesting.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting to see who's going to really be able to put up with it, who's going to be able to take it.
Did you see Shaq's recent one?
Yes. I saw it on Hot Ones, isn't it?
Yeah.
That shit was hilarious.
Yeah, man.
Now,
but it makes you think, what are they putting in there for it to be so hot?
it's devil semen. It comes directly from Satan himself. He just, all right, cool.
Hey,
bottle that up.
That was the devil in time. Devil semen, it comes right.
Is it
hot? You did that?
Yeah, I see what I did. I may have missed it, but at least I see what I did there still. But nah, dog. I saw Shaq's, and we've said it on the show. Well, I've said it on the show before. Shaq's my favorite player, period, in the NBA. So to see him be Shaq, you know what I'm saying? How he normally is, just extra goofy, just normally being himself. It was too fucking funny.
Yeah,
I love watching
that was
it.
entertaining. It just made me think, like, yo, I ain't touching them wings. I'm good.
But see, it also reminds me of the challenge that we had set up not too long ago.
Yeah, and this is why I wouldn't want to lose that challenge, because I don't do well with overly hot things.
I'm happy that the reason that we could, I hate the fact that we couldn't deliver, but I'm happy that the reason that we couldn't deliver is because the restaurant wouldn't let us film.
Yeah, it's no fault to our own.
It's no fault on us, at least. Yeah. You know what I mean? But the fact that the restaurant wouldn't let us film, I'm like, dog, this is exposure for y'all.
We should go in there like, I'm just recording you, like, you know what I mean? The regular shit don't make a big spectacle out of it, so therefore we can kind of get it
quiet
off.
When we talking to the fans, like, hey, we finna do these wings.
You know,
don't worry about it. We whisper. Just watch the fucking challenge.
Maybe we can get in there on a slow night when they got us kind of off to the side. I mean, we black, so they got us off to the side.
Oh, we're already gonna be in the very last, the black of the room, as we call it.
Right. So maybe we can do it that way.
How we decide to pull it off? At this point, I kind of would just like to let Back to the Classics have the challenge.
Yeah, at this point, yeah. If they've put it out there that this is what they're doing, yeah.
And they already know where they're gonna do it at.
Go for it.
I'm actually gonna drop this information here. They don't know until they listen to the show. When we do the actual Hot Wings challenge, I believe it's gonna be at Buffalo Wild Wings. They're gonna do the whatever their hottest wing is called. They're gonna do that challenge.
Yeah,
so we're inviting all the Beat Network listeners and viewers to come out, take part, join the festivities when we watch Jay Alonzo or David Danger Neff do the Hot Wings challenge. They're gonna see this and be like, "You motherfucker, you." I mean, we're gonna record it. It's gonna go on the channel. But I mean, what's better than live? They were at Cognac Conversations. Everything looks better live. You feel me?
True. But I mean, if I'm making wild faces while I'm eating something, I'd rather be.
But they're gonna see that either way because the camera's gonna be like, right.
But the difference is when they're seeing it, I've already done it. Like it's done. Like, you know what I mean? It's different.
Nobody can ask me questions about how it felt and everything that happened.
Yeah, it's old shit. It's old shit. I can tolerate that better. But if I'm in the moment, I'm like, ugh.
But now you're forced to hold it together, or you're gonna let your true self show. People will be clapping, go, go, go. You be like, fuck y'all.
Give me some milk.
Give me some goddamn milk. I'm lactose to the motherfucker. So just hit my stomach. Or what's the Chuck Berry fart? Seep.
To this day, that video is hilarious.
Yo, I actually have a story that tops Chuck Berry.
Nah.
Way better than the prostitute did.
Nah.
even though it's not a celebrity. This is just some shit that I read on social media that I'm gonna get to. Okay. But of course, for habit, how was your week, sir?
What did I do this week? My week was cool. Today actually had my sister's wedding.
Oh, really?
Which was dope. I realize I'm not
Big up, sir.
Yeah, I'm not into like the lovey-dovey type thing. I understand it. You know what I mean? I understand it, and I get that it has to be done, but I'm just not one that's in it. You know what I mean? Like when we're in the thing, everybody's all lovey, and the guys talking. I'm like, man, get it over with, but not in a way of get this over with because I don't want to be here, but get this over with is just what we're talking about now. You know what I mean? So, but no, overall, it was cool. You know what I mean? It makes me feel old. Because I'm the oldest.
This is your little sister, right?
Yeah, this is my younger sister, so it makes me feel old. But no, it was a cool week.
Solid little event.
Yeah, solid little event. What else did I do this week? I don't think I did anything this week actually. Besides write and yeah.
Man, and let me tell you, every time we've come into the studio to record this show, since we've started the new venture, I've been wanting to say something so bad. Yeah. I've been wanting to just be like, hey, this is what's going on, but y'all have to wait.
Yeah, some of the stuff I read over and I laugh as I'm writing. I'm like, yo, this is gonna be great.
Understand, something really, really dope is coming outside of the dope shit that we're already doing here. Man, this is gonna be a good year, dog.
Yeah,
this is gonna be a real good year.
Excited for this year.
My week was busy. Spent a lot of time online, just kind of passing the time. Also, while trying to do the best to finish up all this stuff, because like we said on the last show, having a 8-hour, gap in my day, to where only thing I could do is just put some money in somebody else's pocket. It's trash. Yeah. Oh no! Now let me also correct myself, just in case the powers that be are watching. I appreciate the check. The check is what's keeping things floating. You know what I'm saying? Right. But just knowing that I have so much to do, so much that'll benefit myself, that I can really utilize that time. Yeah, that part is trash. Yeah, but in between those times, just working hella. I saw the craziest story on social media during my random browsing, and I knew once I saw it. Sorry, I die from time to time. I knew that once I saw it. This is the place where I had to finally tell the story, because I need that same organic reaction that I got from Chuck Berry. This is Chuck Berry to a whole new
to this day.
Tax
I don't
bracket.
know. I watch that ever since you told me. I watch that video every once in a while when it comes, and I laugh as if it's my first time watching it. So
it's hilarious. It's definitely not meant to do what sex tape's supposed to do for the viewer. But yeah. So came across this very interesting story, and I'm gonna go ahead and tell it here on the Noize. I'm so interested in this story. I have notes from the story itself. I made cliff notes for what was going on in this goddamn story. And oh my goodness. So it was this girl. She was talking about how her friend is a high school dropout, doesn't work, but stays caked up, stays with a bag, always good. I wouldn't be surprised after you hear this story. Quite possibly. Oh no! It's not what you believe that she's doing. It's in the same family, but it's a real distant cousin of what you believe she's doing. Okay. So she approaches her friend who is getting to the bag but doesn't clock in. Like, I need the bread too. What's happening?
What you doing?
Put me on to whatever it is that you're doing, because I'm down to do it. Oh man, so she says that she links up with some Arab billionaires. So, let's start there. They're not American. They're doing some shit outside of our customs. Yeah. Well, Chuck Berry will be on board for everything that's happening, but
Chuck Berry probably been to Dubai. That's why.
Chuck Berry like, this is my motto.
This is what I do.
I started this. I went out there and did this myself. And the crazy part is, it wasn't even Dubai. I don't know where the fuck it was at. It was one of those only rich as fuck. It was only rich as fuck island. That's what the hell it's called. But to kind of get to that, she lets her know that that's how she gets to the bag. So she, the friend puts in a reference for old girl, and they tell her, like, all right, if you do this in total, you'll get 40 bands.
That's a red flag right
$40,000. So the girl's like, cool. What do I have to do? They said, before you get anything, you have to pass, you have to take a STD test. So she does it. They said as soon as the dudes received the negative STD test, they hit her with $8,000.
Wow.
And that's to get her. And the island it said it's in St. Bart's.
Okay.
Never heard of it.
No.
Again, rich nigga island.
Yeah.
Rich nigga only island.
Yeah.
So 8 bands to get to the island.
Wait,
Whatever.
so she had to use this 8 bands to get to the
No,
island?
the 8 bands was just travel expenses in general.
That's just her.
To fly out to wherever the hell they fly to, take a boat to Rich Nigga Island.
Okay, but is somebody paying for me to go to Rich Nigga Island?
That's where
or-
the 8 bands come into
Nah,
play.
8 bands is for me passing the
Hold on,
test. That's
we ain't
mine.
even got there. We ain't even gotten there yet. Trust me, because that's not even the cold part. Well, I'm sorry, that's not even the best part rather, of the
okay.
actual payment itself. So it was 8 bands for travel expenses.
Mm-hmm.
They said 3 of it was to get you around. 3,000 was to get you around.
Okay.
5,000 is the deposit. So they putting deposits on the pussy at this point. So 3,000 was travel expenses. 5,000 was a deposit.
You know how rich you got to be to put a deposit on some cooter? Like,
You know how fucked up you got to be, show up with the boom boom. Like, I just put down 5 bands. What you doing?
right.
I remember my 5 stacks back. Either or.
Oh, man.
And do you know how fire you need to be if I'm putting up 40
I'm putting
bands?
a deposit down. That means you do what you want to do, but when it's my time,
I don't want to hear shit.
Yes.
And trust me, you won't hear shit when it's daytime in this motherfucker. But anyway, so when they touched down at the airport, it was another 10 stacks waiting for them, for each of them. It was 3 girls in total.
so they got 18 just passing the test and by getting there.
Just that's it. That was the first $18,000 out the gate. So now they're like, oh, it's time to suck some dick. That's just the first place I'm sure their mind went to. So the girl says, now they take the boat to the island, and they get on the island or whatever, and they go from wherever the fuck the drop off was to a 200-foot yacht.
Okay.
So now it's starting to look real
Upper echelon type shit.
or taken, one of the other.
Or that. Or that.
But it's definitely looking upper echelon shit. You already got 18 bands already.
Yeah.
So they said that it's just 3 girls.
Okay.
They find out it's 9 Arab dudes. So quick math, that's 3 dudes a chick.
Yeah.
So they immediately are like, okay, we're going to be busy. They go into the yacht. And
How do you even prepare your mind to be like when you get there? Now, did they see it was 9 dudes?
yeah, as soon as they got in the yacht.
So you see it's 9 dudes, and it didn't come in here like, yo, like it's nothing goes in their head.
Prior to them coming,
Is it just the money?
Prior to them coming, they were promised $40,000. Before from an STD test, they got $8,000, and just landing, they got $10,000. They didn't care. At this point, I'm $18,000 in.
I guess I can see that. I guess it'd be a little different for guys and girls because guys do. There's some guys out there in some weird shit. Now, some girls out there in
yes,
some weird
there is.
shit too. But I guess if it's a girl doing that, it's like I think about safety. But at the same time, like if a girl was to promise me 40 bands and I'm on a yacht or a boat and I see it's 3 of them, I'm like, yo, it's gonna be a good time.
If I'm promised
You know what
40
I mean?
bands, I know it's a setup.
Yeah.
There's no way. Like, you want
Yeah.
40 bands for my big ass? I mean, you sure?
But even if everything was legit, when you're on this boat, you're like, yo, I got just got 40 bands. I'm about to smash all 3 of them.
Now when you find out what happened,
But if you're
during
3
this time-
females, I'd be like, yo, I'm about to get railroaded. You know what I mean?
Oh,
like,
and let me also say I didn't mention this part of the story. It's a weekend that they're down there for. It's a 2-night event. It's a 2-night event.
so you ain't
for
got nowhere to
40,000.
run.
And you're on this yacht. You're yachting it up. You're on your little
You're
yacht.
in the middle of the ocean,
On a yacht with 9 Arab niggas and they servants.
in a different part of the world. Damn down the street.
If you got a dude, he's fucking you with his knee when you get home. Because there ain't no more traction in that.
Yeah.
You done took all the tread off that tire.
Yeah.
There's no more left.
What if your girl was like, I'm going out with my girls, we're gonna be going for the weekend, and you find out she was on
Gone
a
for
yacht,
the weekend.
and she was on a yacht with some Arab dudes. When she come back, how did that conversation go?
First, you're like, first of all, why it smell like curry? Secondly, there ain't no conversation.
Right, quit burning the incense while I'm talking to you.
Quit! God damn it! Stand up. But anyway, so each girl goes to a different room. Each girl goes to a different room, so they're no longer together. So now it's really looking like Taken.
Yeah,
And
like hostile.
the girl that's telling the story, she says she gets into the room. The servant takes her to the room, tell her to lay on the bed and get naked. So she lays on the bed, gets naked, and then she was like, "What do you want me to do?" She said, "Just lay on the bed." Then he said the door creaks open, and it's 3 of the dudes, and they're all in robes.
Oh no.
So the first dude He drops his robe.
Did she say if these dudes are like super hairy or fat or?
You know, you can only assume.
Yeah, I can only assume that there's a nasty looking.
You can only
dudes,
assume
yeah.
that was the case because a lot of times when you see them,
I have to assume that if you're a
rich
good looking
foreigners.
dude, if you're a good looking dude with money, it probably ain't
right?
You know what I mean?
If you're a good looking dude with money,
you're probably not doing that.
You're probably still paying for the box, but you're probably not going to these great lengths.
Even
you
if
definitely have somebody that's like a live-in.
Even if you are
down.
paying for the box, you're not paying for the box to go join with two other dudes.
Right, very true. Yeah. Very, very true. So I'm assuming that they all look like DJ Khaled. That's just my go-to. So imagine 3 DJ Khaleds. They walk in and they got the robe on. She said the first dude drops the robe, grabs her by the ankle, and she starts hitting. Don't put her in no kind of position. Just straight start hitting.
He didn't even say if it was ready. Like
nothing. There was no conversation. You feeling
I can only
cool.
assume she's not. Like,
that lets you know this ain't their first time doing it. That's
true.
That also lets you know the other girl, Nikki, and she said that was the name of the friend was Nikki. She's on some savage shit because she's like, this is my every other Saturday. You feel me? Like, y'all wonder where I be at when y'all trying to go out. Nah, I'm about to get to this bread. So the dude grabs by the ankle, smashes.
So how many dudes do Nikki? If it just was her, like how many dudes? Yikes!
She probably took the whole 9.
Yikes!
They coming out, motherfucker. Chicka.
Screamers and shit.
Niggas outside making smokes at him. Like, trust me, it's going down on this yacht. I don't know what y'all doing, but I know what we out here doing. So Nikki, I'm sorry, not Nikki. The girl that's telling the story, she says, dude comes over, smash, and then when he's about to get his, of course, he pulls out and busts on her face. It's a very graphic story, by the way. Heads up.
I'm still lost in the fact that he ain't see if she was ready. I can only assume
that's not his problem.
But I can only assume she is in a foreign environment. Like she probably ain't even.
He just paid $18,000 for you to come to my yacht. I don't care how you feel. You don't care what I feel. You get everything I feel. So he busts in her face, and she said something got in her eye, and she went to wipe it, and he smacked her hand like a kid reaching that fire. He was like, no. He was like, no. So she's like, okay. So then he moves. Mind you, she's still, good and glossy. Next dude jump in.
No.
He jump in, he gets his, bust on her face again. So that's dude number 2. Third dude comes in, gets his in, bust on her face. She wasn't allowed to wipe through 3 dudes. So she looks like Santa Claus at this point.
Dude, like, did he pay more? Like,
I think this is all inside I think this is all inside the $40,000 bundle. Like this all has to be just all wrapped up in the same package. There's a bundle package, exactly. It also comes with free Wi-Fi, I'm sure.
I wonder if they both had Wi-Fi.
I had to. Nah, this is definitely something that they can't let get out.
It got out, apparently.
It got out. It got out on Facebook. So, mind you, she's coated at this point. It's looking like almond milk. And she...
I've drinking almond milk before. Not no more. No.
So, they say that she can go to the shower. To go wash off or whatever. She goes to the shower. She said while she's in the shower... she starts like she's just about to start rinsing her face, and the dudes walk in
the shower,
middle of the shower.
The fuck?
And they're like, they tell her to get on her knees. So as a unit, they all take their dicks out and they pee the cum off of her face.
No.
Yeah.
R. Kelly was in the wrong crowd.
I'm telling you, he was like, I should have took my ass to St. Bart's. I knew I was tripping. So they pee the almond milk off, and they let her continue shower. What do you think happened next after she finally showered and got peed on?
I want to know what that conversation is like.
You know what's crazier? There was no conversation because she said that her boyfriend is into golden showers. So to her, that was another Saturday. That was just a regular ass day.
Well, not necessarily a conversation about what happened, but it's a conversation. Y'all on this boat for this weekend, right? I can only assume that these dudes ain't machines. So in between that little, again, I can assume. So in between this little period, like your social, like what is that conversation like? Social.
But see, that's the thing. I'm gonna get to that. But still, what do you think happened after the pee shower?
I'm hoping she showered and got everything off. They probably went again.
No, they had dinner. as a family.
Okay. So you at this dinner table? What do y'all talk about?
There is no conversation because
Everybody just eating
they're having
quietly?
dinner and then they're all doing coke all at the same time. They have dinner and they do coke, so they're partying at this point. Girls having a great time. You know what's crazy is that after you just got peed on, how do you ask the other ones, "Hey, did they pee on y'all too?"
Yeah.
What if you the only one that got peed on?
Well, they're looking at you like, I don't know what the fuck you
Got
talking
peed
about.
on? What you talking about?
Right.
What did y'all do?
How do you have an appetite after you just got peed on?
How are
How are you like,
around-
you know what? I can eat a steak right now.
How's anybody around you like, y'all smell asparagus? This is real strong odor here. Ain't no asparagus on my plate. All I got is chicken. So that's night one. Night
Damn,
two.
that was just the first night.
Right, that's Saturday.
I thought that was over the course of the weekend.
No, that's night one. Night two, old girl says that they go back to the sex room. Mm-hmm. Here's where it gets like, okay, I'm gonna get killed. They go back to the sex room and she said it's coated in plastic.
Right then and there, yeah, get me the fuck off this yacht.
You on a yacht. Where are you gonna go?
Yeah,
Everybody outside of your friends
Listen.
work for the yacht. There's no way you can go.
I'll be huddled up by
no one
myself
there's on
somewhere.
your side. But that shows you how fucked up the servants are. They ain't prepared them for nothing. Like, hey, what's your religion like? Get real close to him.
Right, you eat pork?
Right. I'm just curious. But anyway, so everything's coated in plastic. She said instead of the three dudes, it's just one. So one Khaled walks in.
He must have paid majority of the deposit.
He had to. He was
He
the one that was like, nah, I'm putting up 20 bands.
Yeah.
This is me. This is my day. This is my Sunday.
Right.
So he goes in there and she says the exact same thing happens. He's busting her down, coat her face. So she's thinking, okay, well, now I can go get my pee shower. And then, that's the end of my weekend.
End of my weekend.
Oh, no, it's not. She says immediately after he busts on her face, because he gets up to make it happen. Yeah. Then he transitions.
Transitions into what?
He transitions into a squat position.
No.
And begins to shit on her chest. And how she describes it again is a very graphic story. How she describes it is at first it was solid and then it started getting watery. So much so that some of it got in her mouth and she proceeds to throw up. Now, remember the don't touch it, that's hot. Don't put the fork in the outlet. You remember that slap? So mid shit, he clenched his cheek and let her know, if you don't let me finish, you don't get that bread.
What? So you mean to tell me not only do I gotta let y'all insert in me, I gotta get shitted on. I'm talking about right for all. How do you, I don't know about you, but me, if I'm in that moment, the last thing I'm not thinking about as soon as I get off, I gotta go shit. I'm not thinking that. Mm-hmm. I'm not.
He was.
Apparently.
And he had it planned too. There was no way.
He planned
because
it. You know what's
that transition was way too
listen,
effortless.
No, you know what's fucked up?
Oh, now we're getting in fucked up territory.
What's fucked up is he coated the whole room in plastic, but had no regard for her chest.
Because he knew that he had dairy earlier in the day. So he knew that he was bound to fuck up his yacht. Like, nah.
And he was like, no,
last time I did this shit,
up.
last time I did this shit, I had to get the carpet replaced.
Right. Now messing up this upholstery, but your chest?
It's over for your
chest. chest.
So she takes it. Oh, so here's the crazy part, is that he just,
you've been telling this story. You keep saying here's the crazy part. It's already fucking crazy.
I know we've already been into lunatic territory. So here's the her normal Sunday part. He gets right back to shitting. It was just like, you better. And then back to
so
it. Hey, you don't let me finish. Okay.
What type of animal is this?
Just my knees right. Right. You know what I'm saying? And he got right back to the function. So that was that. And she got her 40,000. Everybody got their 40,000, but I'm pretty sure.
Did she say if he wiped or anything? Or like,
I don't think that's important, Kev. At this point, you're going back to your boyfriend real used. Like they talk about depreciation. Like it was like the value of that Hyundai was real.
She went from a Tesla to the 99 Camry
Real quick. 99 Camry, that's a 95 probe. Bruh, you got peed on by a group. By a group of individuals. You had their, you know what I'm saying, the babies on your face. Sitting through 3 sex sessions.
You know what else is fucked up? They made her test before she got there.
Yeah.
So that leads me to a couple of things.
They didn't give a fuck about her.
That's number one. They didn't give a fuck. Number two, that means was I hitting raw?
I had to be.
And then on top
the way
of
that she describes the transitions, there was no condom pulling off.
So you let a raw dudes hit and piss on you.
Because night 2, dude, his transitions was effortless.
That was wild.
That nigga said, I'm here, I'm here, and now I'm here. He did that in the scale of 5 seconds. That man has done this before. That's a pro.
So they test you for the STDs, but they don't give a fuck if they got it or anything like
they can
that.
have everything under the sun. They can have
you just got
hepatitis A through Z. They can have fucking all the AIDS, all the elemental Ps, all that. Like, but as long as you clean. Like, trust me, you may be going home with a little salmonella from what you just dealt with, but you're also going home with a gift that keeps on giving.
Now I want to ask you, put your
nope, ain't amount of money. Ain't amount of money in this world.
I'm not saying the poop. Not at all.
None of that.
Not at all. But would you do, if it was a woman that was bad, would you do that for $40,000?
No.
I'm with you. I'm not doing that. You're not peeing on me.
Because first of all, once you squat as a woman, you're doing one of 2 things. And the only thing I do is just uppercut you right in your shit. Because now you done fucked up. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I feel like as men, if you're a man and you've ate the box right. Obviously, you've had some of them come out onto you. That's an obvious, but not some of them in that fashion. No. You don't need to get up and squat for that to happen. Because once you get up and squat, you're forcing something out. Now you're not letting something that's naturally just flows. Coming. You're about to apply pressure, and to me, that's disrespectful.
So how does she continue on with putting this story out there? Like, at this point, if I'm going to put this story out there, you might as well continue going every weekend to the spot.
You might as well, because you've gone through the gauntlet. Like, you've survived. You know what I'm saying? You might
as well, because I'm looking like, yo, if I'm her dude, there's no way we still together after this.
I want to know.
I'm mad, but I'm not even tripping at the fact that technically this is cheating. I'm tripping about everything else.
Yeah, the best part of her telling that story to him was that he got cheated on.
Yeah, that was the best part.
That was the least crazy part about, like, listen, I cheated on you. I know I'm saying that like it's just not shit, but let me tell you about what happened. Because you need to understand, I need a hug. Don't argue with me right now.
No, I don't want to hug you. I don't want to touch you. Nothing.
Like, hey, all these flies around you. What's
going on? What the fuck was you at?
Hell of a story.
And knowing her with a story like that, she didn't even tell her boyfriend right out the back.
Oh,
she showed up at, like, when she got back home to the airport, she didn't go straight home.
Nah.
She went shopping, probably got him TV, PS4.
Nah, she ain't go shopping, nigga. She took a long shower.
Hopefully she took a shower.
She got in the corner of that shower, just held herself for a little bit.
Hopefully she took a shower before that. So I'm saying, if she took a shower before that.
Not if it's up to the other dudes.
She got, I'm assuming she went with her friends, the flight with her friends. So they got back home. She probably went to one of their houses. Like, yo, I got to clean myself up, whatever the case is. Before she got home.
That was the quietest plane ride ever.
Oh, yeah. There was no talking on that plane ride. None. She had to show up before she told him, because she couldn't just come to the door, hey, babe, let me take my weekend. None of that. She had to show up with a TV, PS4, snacks, food, some new J's, something. Because you're not walking through my door, hey, we got to have a conversation about my weekend. That's not happening.
But that's the thing. You can't walk in off of a shopping spree. Because now I got questions like,
no,
you
that's
left,
what I'm saying. He has
left
questions.
for like $300.
This is her prep to telling him what happened. Either way, like, he should be done with her. But to soften the blow that he might inflict on her, she probably needed to show up.
Don't soften too much. You saw what happened last time she got softened up too much.
Oh man,
that's just a hell of a story.
I don't think I'll put that on. I couldn't put that on.
What if she didn't even tell him? Like, what if dude went to go hit and then realized he was in that like Ricola and the whole echo just right around the walls and shit? You just like, babe, where are your folds at? Where are your walls at?
He went in there to hit and kept falling out.
Right. As soon as he stuck it in, splash. Like,
Oh my!
one of the Arab
God.
dudes still in there. She got your ass too. They ain't tell me nothing about this.
$40,000, fucking cervix out of somebody.
You got to replace the whole hip
Yeah.
on that one. Oh well, so
Yikes!
that's the story.
Whoa.
What would you do for $40,000? Let us know in the comments.
What would you do for a Klondike bar?
Boy, she got some chocolate. Some way, shape, or form, she got it. I do want to ask you a question though. I'm kind of transitioning off of that, very spiritual story. So I was trying to come up with a list because I saw what channel was it? I can't remember which channel. Well, I can't remember what channel it was, but there was playing like classic movies from some of the best actors that are in the industry. Mm-hmm. And I really got to thinking like, yo, these movies mean more to people than just entertainment. Like some people have built their careers off of the influences of these movies. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. So I took some of the people that were involved in them and I want to ask, and I'll answer too.
Okay.
But I definitely want to hear from you first because you're the actor. These four guys. At first I was going to have a segregated list just because I know that if one person's white, we're initially like, okay, no, the white guy got to go. Of these four actors, who goes forever and all of their work, all the work they're connected to, no matter what, gone. Wiped out of history.
So just so I'm clear, you're going to give me four actors, and I have to choose one of them to basically be gone, and all that work is gone.
However, we're going to just to stretch the conversation out, we're going to build up to who that last actor is. So I want you to explain why the other actors stay before you get to the person that goes. I'll also give you some time to think about who the actor is going to be.
Okay.
So the four actors, Denzel Washington, Robert De Niro, Eddie Murphy, and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Okay.
Who stays?
Who stays?
Yeah.
Denzel stays.
Okay. Why is Denzel staying?
Not only because of the movie. Yes, he's overly performed in the movies that he's been in, and of course, you can say the story also plays a part in that. But I think his embodiment of those characters, you know what I mean? Like, if you watch a Training Day, he was Alonzo.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? You watch Man on Fire. He played that role.
X.
Yeah.
He was Malcolm X. We watched Malcolm X come to life.
I mean?
Mo Better Blues. Denzel is literally the GOAT.
Right. So with that, I can't ask him.
Okay.
I can't ask him. Who's the next person? De Niro?
Robert De Niro, Eddie Murphy, and Leonardo DiCaprio.
Am I choosing who I want?
You're continuing with who stays until you get, and then you're going to explain why that fourth person that you say, why are they going.
Well, if I skip over any of them, then you'll know that they're gone.
Well, no, that's why you're building up to it.
Tell you all of their. Okay, I got. Yeah,
tell me why everyone is staying, and then once you're done with everybody that's staying, you got to let me know why the person that you now are saying is going, why they're going.
Okay, De Niro. I'm not overly familiar with De Niro.
What?
Like as I am with Denzel. I'm familiar with De Niro, but not as I am with Denzel. But what I can say about De Niro is that energy he brings and how he goes into his roles, like he goes into it like in a very Terminator type, like he is going to execute. You know what I mean? And I think that a lot of other actors don't do that. You'll see them progress or regress within their roles, but him from moment you say acting, like it's go time. Whatever role he's playing, that's the role we do. I mean, I've seen this man cry on camera.
Right.
It's the same mob boss, you know what I mean?
Right.
So I take that in consideration.
Absolutely. And De Niro, once he got past the mob boss typecasting,
exactly,
he showed you that he had comedic chops.
Exactly.
He showed you that he can be a cop. He showed you that he can be a father. He showed you all these different things. De Niro is really underrated, and he's married to a black woman. Go ahead.
Yeah.
But he's really like even though he's one of the greatest, he's still kind of underrated because a lot of people don't give him that respect.
Right.
And
right.
It's super weird.
True. I'm not 100% sure. Maybe he just falls in a category to where it's so many great actors within his generation. I'm not including Denzel because that's not necessarily his generation, but within his generation, I think there's so many great other actors that he kind of falls between the cracks a little bit. You know what I mean? So I don't know, but I do agree with you. He is a little underrated.
Okay, so now we're down to Leonardo DiCaprio and Eddie Murphy.
Eddie Murphy is not going anywhere for me.
So Leo's going?
I didn't finish. Eddie Murphy's not going anywhere for me because actually my favorite movie is Life, which he's in.
What? Okay, I'm listening though. I'm listening.
I'm looking at his roles and what he does. Now you got to think, Eddie Murphy's a comedian, so naturally a lot of his roles are going to be comedy-based movies. But for what he's
Raw
done,
and Delirious were, even though those are his two only stand-ups that at least that we have access to visually, it's classics.
right? But even if we
Easily.
go down to his movies, we look at the movies that he's in, and he embodies certain kind of roles. It's a movie that it's actually a scene. I forget the name of the movie. I think it's called Double Spy. I don't know. It's him and Owen Wilson. And there's a line in there where it's funny to me. Like Owen Wilson gives him something, and it's actually a sock. He was like, "Hey, no ski mask, look like a sock." You know what I mean?
I Spy.
I Spy. There we go. That little line to me was hilarious. But that character he played a boxer, a cocky boxer, and he pulled it off.
Yeah,
You're
absolutely.
asking somebody that's based in comedy to pull something off like that. They could have got anybody else to play for the role. You know what I mean? So for me, and I'm a little biased, he's not going nowhere. Leo is different. Growing up,
Why is Leo leaving? Get to the point.
you didn't even let me finish. Leo was different for me growing up because he was always looked at it like, now again, this is former toxic masculinity, but he always looked soft, like, you know what I mean? So I was like, yeah, I ain't really fucking with him like that until I got a little bit older and started watching him. Leo is fucking amazing.
Absolutely.
Like truly amazing. The role that sticks out of my head is like the Django. He bodied that shit.
Absolutely.
Like,
And he's such a real nigga that it bothered him.
it bothered, like Sam Jackson had to tell him, like, yo, it's good. Like,
Right.
it's good. You know what I mean? So the roles that he has played in him, I look at like, he's the top for me in actors. Like he's top. He's up there. If you book Leo or you got Leo in the movie, chances are the movie's gonna be great. With those four, De Niro goes.
Oh.
De Niro
Okay.
goes. De Niro goes for me.
So why does he go?
Because even though I do feel he is underrated, I do like a lot of the movies that he's in. But out of those three, if all of them had a movie coming out at one time or whatever the case, or not at one time, if all of them have a movie coming out consecutive four weekends in a row, I probably go see everyone except De Niro's.
Wow, really?
And only way I probably go see the De Niro movie is if it's somebody else that I like. I don't like De Niro that much, and I'm not influenced by his work that much. The work that he has put out there is fucking phenomenal. But I can't believe in him continuously giving me that. You know what I mean? Like those other three actors, with the exception of Eddie Murphy, even though I know he has something coming out recently, they're probably going to be around for like another 10 years or so. Can we really say that about De Niro?
Possibly.
Maybe. On a smaller scale.
Because there will always be mob movies. And I think
True.
once De Niro realizes that
And
the
especially-
new crop of things that he's doing isn't really hitting like some of the older shit that he did, I can definitely see him returning back to that place.
but maybe not on the platform. If Denzel puts out a movie now, it's you going to see that Denzel movie? Like it's going to be.
Oh, it's a definite.
You know what I mean? If Leo puts a movie out, it may not get the same buzz as Denzel, but you're like, Leo's in that shit, I might go see it. Eddie Murphy ain't been in the limelight, so you're naturally going to go see that. I don't see that with Denzel. You're not going to watch Black Dynamite movie that's coming out?
I didn't watch 1,000 Words. I'm absolutely gonna wait. Is that Black Dynamite?
I don't know if it's called Black Dynamite
you're
or
talking
Dodo
about
Dynamite, whatever his name
Dolomite.
is.
Yeah.
Dolomite.
No, I'm absolutely gonna
Yeah.
watch the Dolomite movie. Absolutely.
But
I didn't watch 1,000 Words.
I didn't watch it either.
I didn't watch the Mr. Church movie.
No, I didn't watch it.
I definitely was. I'm
What was
cool
the
off of
la-
skipping those.
What was the last De Niro movie you watched?
That's actually a solid stumper.
That's all I'm saying. It's not taking nothing away from De Niro. If you tell me right now, hey, you're gonna be in the movie, I'm in the movie fucking De Niro. You can't tell me shit. I don't care. But if I had to choose out of those four, I say De Niro.
Okay. I'm gonna go in order, and like I said, the fourth guy that I named is the one that's I'm getting up out of here. I agree, Eddie. Eddie's definitely staying.
Yeah.
Even though I made the comment about Mr. Church and 1,000 Words, and Pluto Nash was absolutely terrible. But
True. But before you get to your point, I want people to really understand this. Because a movie is bad does not necessarily mean the acting is bad.
No, absolutely.
It could be the story. I thought the acting
Absolutely.
was phenomenal in Captain Marvel.
I watched something,
but that story was trash.
I watched something recently on YouTube. You know, I like watching like random videos of countdowns and lists and shit like that. And they had a list of actors who had the longest box office kill streak. And the first person that they named was Eddie Murphy with 5 movies from 1980 to 1984. And it didn't hit me that, like, he really did have banger after banger after banger.
They
after
made
banger.
3
Granted,
Beverly Hills Cops.
Exactly. You know, and even though that's before my time, we still were able to go back to that movie. And they said the movie that fucked up his kill streak, which was still a great movie, was The Golden Child. But they said that based off of Rotten Tomatoes popularity and box office, they said that they used that for their consideration of, okay, this is no longer on that streak.
I think Golden Child was a movie, even though it was a huge star with Eddie Murphy. I don't think it was a movie that was for the masses. I think a lot of people of color probably watched that movie.
Absolutely, it was Eddie. It was Eddie in the 80s, right?
Maybe a few white people, but I don't think it was like big like that. I can see how that one would kill a streak.
The Golden Child, exactly, it's understandable.
Yeah.
But The Golden Child came across like an indie flick.
Yeah, it did. Hell, I know people now who don't eat oatmeal because of The Golden Child.
Like, nah, you thought you gonna give me you, and nah, fuck you.
Nah, fuck you.
But nah, Eddie absolutely stays because one, like I said, that streak was even important to us because we went back to watch those movies.
Yeah.
48 Hours, Beverly Hills Cop, Trading Places. You know what I'm saying? Like, Eddie has this. Oh, and of course they had Delirious amongst the movies. And it's crazy that a stand-up special was a box office smash. You know what I'm saying? Eddie is special, even though he hasn't done the greatest of things recently.
Right.
When he was on Boomerang. I mean, there's a fucking TV show spinoff from it right now.
When did Boomerang come out? That came out in the 90s.
Boomerang was like 92. That's 91, 92.
30, at least 30 years.
And the cast of Boomerang, he had nothing but hitters of that time.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So Eddie knew what he was doing, and as much as everybody wants to clown it or whatever, you know, Nutty Professor is a goddamn classic.
Yeah.
The second one you kind of convinced me on.
Yeah.
But the first one
is a classic.
Absolutely. It was something so different. Like, and people even said like he should have won an Oscar based off of him playing 7 different people in one room.
That's what makes Eddie special to me.
Absolutely.
Like he played all them people, and they all had distinct personalities.
Interacting with each other.
Yeah.
At that. So Eddie,
you know how hard that got to be?
Eddie is special. Eddie's not going anywhere. Denzel, obviously. I mean, you touched on every main point that I was going to hit on with Denzel. When he becomes a character, he becomes that character. I remember when I initially made the list, I had Will Smith down here because if you remember, anytime Will Smith used to put out a movie, it was Big Willie Weekend.
Oh, yeah.
Because he was a box office murderer around that time.
Smashed,
and then he made Wild Wild West.
Yeah.
But,
and it's funny because as a kid, as an adult, I've been looking at it like trash. But as a kid, I liked it.
I loved it as a child.
As
a kid, I'm like, this is terrible. Dope. I completely understand what people thought.
Yeah, as an adult, I'm like,
this wasn't it, you know? But that's why I didn't put Will down there because he was very hit and miss with his movies.
Some of the movies, yeah.
But to kind of get back to my point, with Will Smith, and I've said this before, Will Smith plays Will Smith in movies.
Yeah.
The most non-Will Smith I've seen Will Smith be was probably doing Fresh Prince. And really, that was kind of him being Fresh Prince.
Yeah, and Pursuit of Happiness.
I still get Will Smithisms in that.
You probably maybe Will
it was an amazing movie,
maybe
amazingly acted, absolutely.
Quotables, but to me, he was that kid spirit. Even though, yeah, he's truly that kid. To me, he became something different. I do agree with you. In every other movie, he's Will Smith. In this new Aladdin movie,
I would say
it's Will Smith painted blue.
It's a Crip Will Smith.
Right, but in Pursuit of Happiness, I'd be like, nah, he bodied that.
Nah, and I think you're going to agree with me on this one. The one movie that I think Will Smith has made that he was not Will Smith outside of 6 Degrees of Separation, even then he still had Will Smithisms. Mm-hmm. The one movie that Will Smith is not Will Smith is Bad Boys.
Yeah, I can see that.
Mike, unless Will Smith is just the suavest playboy when the cameras ain't on, nothing about Mike Lowry is Will Smith.
I can see that. The only thing that I got with that is, and it kind of ties into Fresh Prince, because if you notice when Fresh Prince was goofy, but when he was in his bag, like let's say going on a date or something like that, he pulled you seen Mike Lowry in that,
right? Oh yeah, definitely.
You seen that. So, but I do agree. He wasn't Will Smith in that one.
But again, that's why I left him off of the countdown list. But getting back to Denzel, every movie he does, you don't know who the real Denzel Washington is because he doesn't do interviews like that. You know what I'm saying? When he does, he's just this goofy, big smiles, you know what I'm saying? He's just super happy dude. And I'm like, you know that everybody ain't happy like that all the fucking time. So we really don't know.
But he could be, but again, you really don't know.
No, you're right. He actually could be. He's been with his girl for decades.
Right.
He has kids that, his son is starting to kill the acting game right now. 'Cause his son is dope on Ballers, and he killed his role.
And I didn't even realize that was his son until I was like, oh shit.
Yeah.
He destroys Ballers.
He kills
killed
it in
Black
Ballers.
Klansman, too.
He kills it in Black Klansman. The fact that his son is kind of coming, he could really be a naturally happy dude.
Yeah.
But we'll never know because Lonzo is a completely different person from the cop in what's the name of the movie? It's another Spike Lee joint.
He's played a few cops, actually.
Yeah, he has, but I'm trying to think. What was the movie where they're robbing the bank? And Gerard Butler's the bad guy. No, is that Gerard Butler? That's not Gerard Butler. No, it's not. It's Gerard Butler, whoever the fuck he is.
I don't know.
Inside Man.
Okay,
Completely different cop from Inside Man. And of course, he became Malcolm X. Denzel gives you so many gems that if you were to get rid of him, you're going to get rid of a lot of influence. And when it comes, you know how many actors we lose if we lose Denzel? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Coming up our age, a little older, we lose a lot of people. Once for Denzel, we had Mac Wells on the show, and Mac even said, "I'm acting because of Denzel Washington."
He's a huge inspiration to me.
And there's a lot of actors out there that people say, "Hey, I like this or I like this guy," but every actor will say, "No, Denzel is an influence."
Yeah,
Denzel is one of the reasons I'm doing this right now.
Leo might say Denzel's an influence.
Oh, absolutely. So now it's between Leo and Robert De Niro. So obviously that means the last person I name is getting knocked off.
Oh, you're knocking off Leo.
So the guy that stays is Leonardo DiCaprio.
Really? Okay.
Yeah. So I'm right there with you. I'm knocking off Bobby. That's why I was kind of shocked. I was like, really? You're knocking off Bobby too? But I'll get to Bobby. Leo, it's without question.
Yeah.
Like there's literally no words you could put behind it. We've been championing this man to win an Oscar for the last 10 years.
Right. He had to get fucked up by a bear to win an Oscar.
He had to get fucked up by a bear to win an Oscar. And arguably, and even though I fuck with The Revenant, but arguably one of his worst movies.
Me too. It has nothing to do with his acting. It's the story.
It's the story.
The story just wasn't like that. His acting was great. His story just wasn't that.
It doesn't grab you at all. But still, Leo to me, and I'll go on a limb and say it. That's cool. And we're on video, so they know I said it. Leo is like the white Denzel.
I can agree with you.
Every character he jumps into, he fucking becomes.
I can agree with you.
You don't watch a Leonardo DiCaprio movie and be like, oh, there's Leonardo DiCaprio.
Yeah.
Whoever the fuck he is, he's going. I think even though the movie where he played J. Edgar Hoover was trash, he still acted his ass off.
And freaking The Departed.
Oh, yeah, come on now.
Not only was that story dope, but come on, they killed that shit.
Departed top 5, period. You know
they
what I'm saying?
all killed that shit.
And he went deep into his Boston bag for The Departed. Oh, man, I'm going to go watch that shit later on. You know, I also had Jack Nicholson down here, but the reason I didn't put Jack Nicholson down here is the reason that I'm getting rid of Bobby De Niro.
I'm not overly, I'm watched movies the same. I'm as familiar. Those two I'm way more familiar than Jack Nicholson.
I've gone back to watch a lot of Jack Nicholson shit, and even though the movies, I'm like, these movies are kind of trash. They probably were great for the time, but I'm like, the movies is whatever. But Jack Nicholson did an amazing job in it no matter what. The reason I'm getting rid of Bobby, I fuck with Robert De Niro. Absolutely.
Right.
No questions asked. Top tier talent. What's the mob movie franchise without Robert De Niro?
Exactly.
You know, of course, you can always turn to Al Pacino and his work, you know, in the Godfather movies, and of course, Scarface.
But even with that, I think he's like, it's like Robert De Niro and then Al Pacino. Not necessarily in talent, but like that's like Big Brother, Little Brother type shit.
Robert De Niro to mob movies is what Clint Eastwood was to westerns.
Yeah.
Because Clint Eastwood was one of the cats that was on that list video that I was talking about, and he had a 7-movie streak.
Yeah.
And majority of them were fucking westerns. And when he didn't do a western, he was Dirty Harry, which is basically just a cop western. You know what I mean? So, with that, the reason Rob goes is because, granted, I had to go back for a lot of Eddie Murphy's big time stuff, but Eddie Murphy also had a lot of big time stuff in my time of being alive and being able to
as much as people can say what they want about it. Dr. Dolittle was a hit.
Absolutely. With Robert De Niro, the fact that I have to go back so far just to appreciate his work doesn't mean the work isn't appreciated nonetheless. It just means it didn't. it doesn't register with me in the
There's no
time the way it does
longevity?
with everybody else. Oh, I don't know about that. I can go back to Casino, no problem.
Okay.
Still, you know what I'm saying? I can go back to Raging Bull, no problem. Like,
I was
all
just trying to find a word for you. That's all.
Oh no, I guess with Robert De Niro, it's kind of like boom, prime example. I think KRS-One is trash. However,
Wow.
see that exact reaction? However, there's a 40 or 50-year-old dude that's like, no, you got to fight me because KRS is the GOAT. I'm like, I don't think KRS is the GOAT.
I've never heard that before. Wow.
You never heard KRS is trash?
No.
Do you like KRS-One?
I think that I can listen to his music. No, I can't say I can listen to his music. He's talented. I think his music is too dated for me. But when I've heard him like actually rap, I'm like, no, he got it.
I don't know, because the most recent thing I've heard him spit on, I want to say,
Or it may have been a recent song within the last few years that he was featured on, and he gassed his verse. So I'm like, no, he can do it.
the only thing I've heard him gas was that's the Side of the Police record, South Bronx. Like, don't get me wrong, I enjoy some KRS-One records, but if I think, you know, if people believe that I would put him in my top tier rappers right now,
Oh no,
it's
I
not
don't
going to
expect
happen.
it. No, he's not in mine.
Okay, so let me backtrack. Maybe trash may have been the bad word. Not trash. KRS-One is like, I don't see him as special as somebody from the 80s would see him.
I can understand it. I can understand that.
But Tupac resonates with me something ridiculous. Kendrick resonates with me something ridiculous. That's how it is with Robert De Niro, where he was killing the game, doing all these mafia movies, early 80s, you know, super early 90s.
You're not. It's out of your time.
It's out of my time.
Right.
I wasn't able to live with it the way that the people that experienced it lived with it.
Right.
You know what I mean? So for me, if I had to get rid of those movies, even though they are absolute classics, like without like I get no Goodfellas, you know what I'm saying? I get no Casino, I get no Godfather 2. Like it's just I miss out on so much shit, but at the same time,
I'm recently rewatching The Godfather now. Fun fact: never seen The Godfather.
it's cool because there's a lot of people that haven't seen Scarface.
Well, up until wasn't I an adult when I first seen Scarface? Yes, I was an adult when I first seen Scarface. But up until recently, like I was like, you know what? Let me watch The Godfather.
Scarface is actually my all-time favorite movie.
Oh, I got a question for you once you finish.
And I can watch Scarface. The actual Scarface movie is about 4 hours long.
I believe it.
The director's cut version of Scarface is damn near 4 hours long, and I will sit there and watch that entire fucking movie because. And that's why I had to be on Back to the Classics when they did Scarface. There's nothing you can take out of Scarface. If you take a scene, a snippet, anything out of Scarface, it's going to fuck with the story. Yeah. To me, Scarface is a movie that if you put it out 4 hours, it's a long time in the movie theater. A few bathroom trips, a couple of reloads on some candy and some popcorn, but I'm in that bitch.
All you got to do is put a halftime. Put a halftime on 2 hour mark.
Exactly. That's when you give me an intermission.
Yeah, give me an
intermission. I'm going to come back and finish the movie. But Scarface is my all-time favorite movie. It's because of that why I would be comfortable with getting rid of Bobby.
Okay. So with that, we're both getting rid of Bobby. Give me your top 5. I don't want to say movies all time because there's so many of them. Give me your top 5 favorite movies. Can you do that?
Yeah. Scarface. No particular order.
No particular order.
Even though Scarface number one. No matter what I say, Scarface is number one. Scarface, Departed, and I think only Departed came to me so quick because of the fact we just got done talking about it. Bad Boys. Damn, now I'm trying to shuffle through my go-tos.
If you can't think of it now, we can come back to it.
Come back to it. What do you got yours?
I think I got all of mine but one.
What's your go-to?
I got Life. What did I say? Life 300, Four Brothers, Interstellar.
Wow, really?
For which one?
Interstellar, top 5.
Yeah.
All time.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Because this is one of the movies like I completely understand it.
Actually, now that that reminded me, I gotta put Wolf of Wall Street on there too.
Okay.
Top 5. So
okay.
that's 4 for me. Keep going.
Yeah, I think with Interstellar, it's one of those movies where the story got me, but I can really understand the movie, not just like the surface shit, but even like the science behind it. So for me, it's just up there for me. A fifth one, it's on the tip of my tongue. I can't remember it. It's on the tip of my tongue.
Who's in it?
Who knows? Who fucking knows? Fifth.
I'd assume you would since it's in your top 5.
Who?
I assume you would know since it's in your top 5.
Right. Maybe for right now, we'll say Training Day.
I'm actually gonna go with that.
That could be subject to change. Once I think about it more. But right now, I'm happy with that spot.
I actually think that would be my 5th. Would be Training Day. So Scarface, Departed.
No. Training Day is not my 5th. Glory Road is my 5th.
Really, Glory Road?
Yes.
Okay, no, that's a solid one.
That's my 5th.
That's definitely a solid one. Okay, so those are our top 5 favorite movies. Y'all need to figure out our gifts whenever y'all want to send us some shit. Yeah, man. When I saw that online, I was like, I definitely gotta have that conversation with Kev.
It's a solid conversation
to see who he letting go. But it's crazy that we're both letting go Bobby.
Yeah,
that's pretty
and
funny.
And again, I love his work.
Yeah, that doesn't take away from Robert De Niro and who the man is
at all
as an artist.
But if I have to go by whose work I'm willing to let go out of those 4, it'd be him.
Yeah, because it's like
I'm not letting go Wolf of Wall Street.
You're going back.
Yeah.
Like the fact that you're just now watching the Godfather movies, the fact that, a lot of things with Bobby, you got to go back. So that means you were comfortable with missing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? The amount of time that we've been alive, that we've been adults, you've been comfortable missing those movies from Robert De Niro. But with the rest of them,
to be completely honest, I'm probably really only watching The Godfather as a research purposes, but yeah.
But you're gonna fall in love with it though.
I believe so.
You're definitely fall in love with it. To take it to part 3, then you'll be like,
I believe it. Honestly, I probably didn't plan on watching part 3.
Oh, you gotta watch. You gotta see.
You gotta see it through.
You gotta see it.
I see it through.
You gotta see it through. Yeah, man. It doesn't take away from Robert De Niro, and this was just our list. Let us know.
Yeah,
Robert
please,
De Niro,
please.
Leonardo DiCaprio, Denzel Washington, and Eddie Murphy. Who's out your list? Who's gone?
Who's gone?
Everything that they've done.
Yeah.
I guarantee we're going to get a lot of people saying Eddie Murphy.
Think so?
Guarantee.
Think we should put a poll up.
Nah, you know what? We should.
Put a poll
we should. We'll put it up tomorrow. Yeah. Well, Sunday, today, whenever the hell y'all see this. Yeah, so damn, we got some time in already. I do want to have one conversation as far as some industry shit.
Before you even get to there, this is one thing that's been bothering me that I want to get off. Did you see the Endgame trailer?
I did.
How do you feel?
It wasn't needed. This is a movie. This is a movie. Out of every movie that's come out, every movie that has been hyped, whether it's superhero flick, whatever the case is, this is one of those movies that we did not need.
No, it didn't need it. But I think as a traditional type movie thing, that's probably why they did it. But you're right, because I think at this point, this movie is like everything that people have been through over the last decade is coming to a head. It's not even a movie anymore; it's an event. You know what I mean? This is
exactly.
This is a social gathering, but we're watching this movie.
Right.
They could put this movie on a projector in the park. The park is going to be sold.
The park's going to be packed.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
So, but I'm saying that to say, did you see when they, Denai Guerrera?
Denai Guerrera, yeah.
Did you see when they left her name off of the poster?
I saw that they left her name off the poster, but I believe it's because she's probably not going to be too much of a prominent character.
It don't even matter. It don't even matter because right after, like, it was pointed out by fans, so like they put a new poster out to fix it. It should have been there. Cool, whatever. What pisses me off is these black people are making it always about race. Don't get me wrong. A lot of this shit that goes on within industries within this world is about race.
Absolutely.
I honestly believe that this was a mistake. People forget that mistakes happen. Now, it would have been different if maybe they forgot her name, maybe Don Cheetos, you know what I mean? Then I can probably side-eye it a little bit and be like,
But isn't Cheeto on there?
Yeah, he was on there. That's the thing. Just her name was gone. And it was towards the end. Where it wasn't like her name is gone, it's supposed to be in the middle. They're kind of putting the names out kind of how the poster is to people. So her name is at the end, but this is I honestly feel like it was just a mistake. Because they immediately fixed it. You know what I mean? And yet I see fans, oh, no, this fatter. I seen one fan, they had a whole poster. It was Denai face in all the spots. Now, granted, yeah, that's gay. Celebrate that black woman. Absolutely. I'd be the first to champion her. I love her.
That's why I don't think that it was necessarily a mistake. Only because she was featured on the poster for Civil War because of how involved in the story she was. Like, she led the army. You know what I'm saying? She had some of the best quips in the movie at that. So it's like,
in Black Panther. She wasn't in Civil War.
Oh yeah, Black Panther. My bad. With this, we don't know the importance of her character. Granted, she's the remaining person from Wakanda, or one of them at least. But from the little whispers I've been hearing, the sister is supposed to be the badass that's going to pop up in this one. But yeah, I don't think that her character would necessarily be as important as Don Cheadle's character because we don't have Iron Man, and the only other Iron nigga that's going to be there would be Don Cheadle. So he's definitely going to step up. He's heavily featured in the commercials. Because I guess I also go back to the actual trailer itself. If people were upset about her not being in the poster, where's the, outrage for her not being in the trailer? If she has such an integral part of the fucking movie, why wasn't she in the trailer?
I think because you got to look at it. Well, getting that is a good point. I do believe that she should be on the poster because she's in the movie, but I do agree with, in the grand scheme of things, that it needs to be. But I just believe that they made a mistake. They made a mistake, you know what I mean? The editor, whoever did it, the Photoshop guy, whatever, he made a mistake and forgot to add her name in, and they fixed it. My thing was, regardless on all that, I've noticed a lot of backlash about it, and they're making it about race, and I'm like, yo, that's not the thing. You know what I mean? Some mistakes do happen. You know what I mean? Yeah, absolutely, somebody could be racist or whatever the case is, but mistakes do happen. And in the case of Marvel, yeah, the top dude is white, but the president and everybody else, they're all black.
Right.
And I assume with them putting out a movie like Black Panther, they have some type of black notion like, nah, this is going to be not tasteful if we do this. You know what I mean? So I just had to get that off because it's annoying to me. You know what I mean? Like,
I agree.
That's annoying. Like, everything is not like that. And then on top of that, the people that are speaking about this, y'all really only jumping on the train with the last movie, or maybe with Black Panther. Y'all wasn't riding this bus in '08.
It's true.
You know what I mean? Like, come on, man.
Even though and I agree with you. And actually, we can wrap up with this conversation too. We're already an hour in anyway.
No, we can get to your conversation. I want to hear it.
It wasn't even important because it was the conversation that we just pulled out of our ass to be like, okay, we got to talk about something in the industry. But this is something in the industry, so this is a good in the industry conversation to have. Even though sometimes people overstep their boundaries when it comes down to making sure black representation is in everything, i.e. this situation here, because again, we don't know how important her character is to the movie. We don't know. I am happy that we do have our foot on Hollywood's neck, to the point that once we speak, you have to listen.
You have to listen.
Because you fucked us over for way too long.
I just wish they can, instead of jumping out at everything that triggers them,
right?
You know what I mean?
We abuse it from time.
Be strategic about it.
Absolutely.
Like, okay, yeah, y'all may have fucked up this one, but if that shit happens again, we're gonna apply pressure.
Absolutely, no, we abuse it a lot.
Yeah,
it may be on the same, on the same scale of us using it in the right way. It's probably not on the exact same scale, but it's definitely close. But to say that we treat it normal, that would definitely
that's not right.
That would definitely be pushing it. But I am happy that come on now. I am happy that we have our foot on Hollywood's neck, so that when we do speak and when we do step up and say, "Yo, you playing this? Okay, you right. Let me fix that." Right. You know what I mean? And really, that's just the entertainment industry as a whole. Like, we were gonna have the conversation about the Grammys during our live, and I always found it funny that the album of the year category had so much hip hop culture in it, and it had one, white music person in there. And I even said that, I was like, she's gonna win. I don't even know why we're even watching this part. She's gonna win. Yeah. This is the first time in history that hip hop culture was the album of the year, and we're kind of getting recognized with hip hop culture being American culture right now. We weren't gonna win that. Nah. But the fact that we have our foot on the industry's neck, that you have to recognize true artistry. You have to recognize, real masterpieces. When you look at Moonlight taking home the Oscar, they made it a big thing to where Oh, they had. No one talks about the Oscar win. They only talk about the controversy surrounding it. Yeah, but we were talking about it too.
True.
We need to celebrate these people. We need to be just as open and ready to celebrate our victories as black people as we are to demean somebody for shitting on black people.
Yeah.
So yeah, they can make those mistakes. They can, do the things that's gonna, make it seem like we're lesser. But we got to make sure we do our part too.
Yeah.
We got to make sure we keep our people on the pedestal, because if we don't, that's why these corporations are cool with making these kind of mistakes, quotes again, and a quick apology, a quick, audible, and all of a sudden everything's solid again.
Yeah.
Because I'm sorry, like when you look at Gucci, you know what? These blackface lips are gonna sell. No. You look at Adidas, let me put Predator above a black guy's face. No. Let me put Coolest Monkey on the Jungle on this guy's hoodie. No. You know what I'm saying? All these mistakes, y'all are comfortable with making these fucking mistakes, but guarantee you're not gonna say, you're not gonna put a rainbow on a bear and says, something dealing with gay people.
Right. Now those kind of mistakes, I understand. Those kind of mistakes, I understand, because I understand how the outrage can come, because they're completely distasteful, and a lot of it probably is knowing what you were intended to do. You intended to make this blackface be on this hoodie or whatever the case was. You've edited before. It's easy to be like, oh shit, I didn't do that. I got to go back and I got to fix that. It's easy to do that. That's all I'm saying. It's easy to do that. Something else that I was thinking about, and I want to ask your opinion on. This is going to be the last thing, because I've been seeing a lot of buzz about it. Reparations. Where are you at reparations?
If they cutting the check,
outside of them cutting the check, because again, I want the check too. My thing with our community is, it kind of goes back into what you said about the Gucci thing. They slap out an apology or whatever the case is. If they give us these reparations, where do we go from here? Yes, that may put certain people in a position to where they're better off than what they were. But at the same time, you're going to get those people that fuck it off. But if they give us reparations, we got to shut the fuck up. We can't bitch about slavery or this past shit if we are asking to be compensated for everything we went through, and then we get compensated. What else? You know what I mean? And I think that for the black community, that might put a damper. I think some of the black community, they like being able to say, you were wrong for doing this, you were wrong for doing that.
Anchor, right?
You know what I mean? But once it's resolved, then what?
Now, to me, this is only me personally, to me, it's unresolved because America still stands with those beliefs. To me, it's unresolved because when you look at with the most recent election with Trump, they were so ready to get a black guy out of office. Let's get the most white representation that we can get in the office now. When you look at when he got elected, we got more Klan rallies in the time he was elected than when we had a black guy in office. He only been in for 2 years.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? To me, that's why I can never be like, okay, we're going to forget this, because if once we forget it, they're going to forget it, and then they're going to make sure that history repeats itself. Now, as far as reparations themselves, yes. Are we going to have niggas nigging? Absolutely. We had this conversation before on the show, though, that I feel like more black people are starting to recognize our strength as a community. Right. Even though we beef with each other so fucking much, the ones that are actually out here trying to do some shit and change the world, they recognize our strength as a community. Like, if we end up getting reparations, there will be a return of Black Wall Street. Yeah, and there'll be a stronger Black Wall Street at that.
Okay.
Well, we'll see. But
I was thinking something else I got planned.
No, of course. It may be coming either way, no matter what. But we would see a return in a stronger Black Wall Street. We would see, a lot more financial moves being made that are not only for the betterment of black people, but for the betterment of people in general, which would help. The acceptance will never be there fully because them old motherfuckers got to die. Let's call it what it is. The older motherfuckers have to die so that way that learned racism is gone. However, this will definitely help going forward to when we get to the point where we don't need to have a race of mixed kids for everybody to accept everybody. Eventually, they're going to accept me as a brown-skinned person and you as a pale-skinned person. Like, no matter what. Getting those reparations, to me at least, I'm all for it. Only because when you go back and look at every other community that's been through some shit,
they all got it.
They all got their stuff back. but us.
Yeah.
There were Jewish people that got reparations for the Holocaust that had nothing to do with the Holocaust.
Yeah. They weren't even over there.
They weren't even over there. Their grandma wasn't even over there. You
right.
know what I'm saying? But they got some shit from it. You know, the only people that I'm seeing getting reparations for what their family went through are the Native Americans.
True.
And that,
or Chinese people.
Yeah, them
Japanese people. I'm sorry.
Right, you're right. That's why I was like, wait, huh? But no, for the war.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So they're all getting their shit. I'm on my shit too.
No, again, I definitely would take it too. I'm just looking at it like, okay, if we take it, which definitely want to take it,
Absolutely.
But I feel like it's gonna bring if they give us this money and be like, okay, y'all took that money, so we good. You know what I mean? Like we good. And I don't want, again, the same things you were saying, like that learned behavior to be kind of excused. It's okay. You know what I mean? Like, well, they took them reparations, so throw that noose on that hoodie or that shirt. You know what I mean? Like, it should be good. And I feel like some black people, like after whether they get the reparations or not, they're going to be looking like, yo, what else do we got to beef about? You know what I mean? I think as a community, it does two things. It can better the community, or it can put the community like, we're going to fuck some shit up. We're going to find something else to bitch about. You know what I mean? Like, I feel like sometimes with our community, enough is not enough. You know what I mean? Like, if we fix this situation, we got to find something else that may not even need to be fixed, but we're going to break it and then try to fix it. I feel like with reparations, that's going to eventually happen, opposed to something like you were saying, to where we can start building stuff and doing
It's going to be a split down the middle. Okay. And that's the unfortunate side of it. It's definitely going to be a split down the middle. And the other unfortunate side of it is because the argumentative voice is much louder than the let's just get this shit taken care of voice, you're going to hear a lot more from them.
Okay.
Obviously. You know what I mean? But that doesn't mean that there isn't going to be work being done behind the scenes. And I'm coming from the place of making sure the work gets done behind the scenes.
Right.
And I know a slew of fucking people who are going to make sure that the work gets done behind the scenes. Unfortunately, we can't, the same way, you know, how we consider the white people that are allies. The same way they can't control their racist cousins or whoever the fuck else, we can't control that side.
True. You're right about that.
We just need to get to the place where what I want to see happen if we ever get reparations, I want to see the black community emulate what the Jewish community is doing, what the Asian community is doing, what the Hispanic community is doing. We need to learn how to keep things in-house. We need to learn how to take care of home.
I agree.
And above all, we got to stop fucking fighting with each other.
I agree.
You know what I mean? Because that's the only way we're going to be able to take care of home. Because if we don't see eye to eye, how do we expect other motherfuckers to see where we're coming from?
Exactly.
When we're coming from 6, 7, 12, 150, you said. Shout out to R. Kelly. We're coming from so many different standpoints. They're never going to see eye to eye. They're going to be like, you know what? We're going to just keep on fucking with y'all because y'all don't know what the fuck y'all want. So
I agree.
That's just something I would want to see. If reparations come, now it's time to start acting like the Jewish people. Start acting like Asian people. Okay. And we need to make sure that our house is clean.
Yeah. So the last question before we get out of here. Over, under on us getting reparations.
Under like a motherfucker.
I agree. Under. We ain't got it now. It ain't gonna happen.
It's in hell. It's so under right now. Yeah. What? Because first of all, that's admitting America, we fucked up. And then 2, that's breaking bread that we are not trying to give, and that shit is not happening while our president is orange.
Nah.
That shit is not going down. So it's super under.
No. I mean, it was when it was rumors about it, it was like, you know, for the next president or something like that. But I agree with you, it's under. Even with the next
I remember when we ain't got our stimulus checks again yet.
Nah. I remember 1 year we got that.
Boy, I got that as a teen.
Yeah.
I was like, I'm finna get cracked. See, then I had the nigga mindset. If we got reparations at the age I was at, I was definitely one of them cats. I'm posed up with about $1,000.
You got the money phone?
I'm money phone. You know what I'm saying? I'm with Future in them. Like, that's just what it's going to be.
Yeah.
But no, if we ain't even get our stimulus checks on time, then ain't no reparations coming.
Yeah.
Well, finally back into the visuals. Really good episode.
Yeah.
We talked about nothing and a whole lot all in the same time. But Kev, let the people know where they can find you at.
_Hollywood Kev on Twitter. _Hollywood Kev _ on Instagram. I know I've been saying this, but I've been working. It's a little tougher than I put out there. But yeah, Instagram's gonna be popping soon. All
right. Big Los IG on IG. Big Los 89 on Snapchat. Of course, at the Noize Podcast on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. And of course, everything Beat Network at beatnetworkonline.com. And again, if you want to see the visuals, youtube.com/Beat Network. We're going full visual with everything.
Hit that subscribe button.
Hit that young subscribe button. Thank you to all the new subscribers that we've gotten since we've been more visual. We will announce the date of our March live cast for the Noize. That's definitely coming. I really can't wait to make this other announcement for what we got cooking up right now, but just know it is something amazing.
Yeah.
And it's for the people that stuck by us, and it's for the new people that are coming in. So just make sure you continue to stick with Beat Network because we're doing some amazing things, and it's going to be a fantastic 2019 for us. As always, we appreciate you guys tuning in. As always, we appreciate your support. And as always, it's Big Los.
Hollywood Cast.
It's the Noize.